The unexpected call. In the remote fringes of the galaxy, where civilization felt like a distant dream, lay the Principality's outer rim, a desolate stretch of space known for its unremarkable tasks and forgotten assignments. For Cadet Wyatt, piloting a garbage ship through this void was a far cry from the glorious space battles that he had envisioned during his academy days. His fantasies had always been filled with sleek starships and daring heroics. Instead, he was relegated to maneuvering a rickety vessel that seemed more suited to a scrapyard than a space mission. Wyatt's daily routine was as mundane as it was predictable. His job was simple: transport waste from a small, barren planet to a recycling facility orbiting a distant space station. The process was repetitive, and the job had earned him a reputation among his peers as the guy who did the dirty work. The only excitement in his life came from the occasional malfunction or minor asteroid collision, neither of which ever posed a real threat. Today, however, was different. The humdrum of his routine was abruptly interrupted by a series of alarming beeps from his ship's ancient control panel. His sensors, long accustomed to detecting nothing more than drifting debris, were now picking up an anomaly. A faint signal, too irregular to be anything ordinary, caught Wyatt's attention. His ship's archaic computer crackled to life with a voice that seemed as old as the vessel itself. "Warp signatures detected," it announced, with a mechanical tone that held no hint of urgency. Wyatt frowned, puzzled. The Principality was a backwater sector, and his post was situated at the far reaches of this forgotten region. It was almost inconceivable that any significant traffic would pass through this desolate area, especially something capable of warp travel. Curiosity piqued, Wyatt switched on the external cameras, something he rarely had a reason to do. The screen flickered to life, displaying the black void of space. Amongst the endless darkness, a small but distinct silhouette emerged, an image that Wyatt's eyes widened at. The unmistakable outline of a royal yacht, a vessel he had only ever seen in holographic projections and high society gossip, hovered ominously in the distance. Before Wyatt could fully process the sight, a violent explosion erupted near the royal yacht. His heart raced as the yacht's defense systems activated, flashing with defensive fire. The sight of the explosion, coupled with the yacht's desperate countermeasures, sent a jolt of adrenaline through Wyatt's veins. His duty as a lowly garbage hauler had suddenly escalated into something far more critical. "Computer, get me a visual on the attacking vessel," Wyatt commanded, though his voice was tinged with urgency. The computer's response was slow, as expected, but eventually, a blurry image appeared on the screen. The attacking ship was nearly invisible against the backdrop of space, its dark hull blended seamlessly with the void. What Wyatt could make out was a corvette-sized warship, its silhouette vaguely resembling an arrowhead. The ship's engines emitted minimal heat, a clear indication that it was built for stealth. The sight was enough to confirm that this was no ordinary vessel. Wyatt's mind raced. The royal yacht was one of the Principality's most prized assets, and here it was, under siege. The idea of a mere garbage hauler playing a part in this drama seemed absurd, but he knew he couldn't just sit idly by. His ship, equipped with only a small-point defense cannon and no armor, was ill-suited for combat, but the situation demanded action. As he tried to think of a plan, his ship's alarm system blared. The cargo container he was hauling had been struck by debris from the nearby explosion, and methane was venting into space. It was a dire situation, but it also sparked an idea. If he could use the cargo container as a makeshift weapon or distraction, he might be able to buy time for a more capable response. Wyatt tapped rapidly on the controls, setting a new course that would bring him dangerously close to the attacking ship. He knew it was a risky move, one that could cost him his life, but the chance to protect the royal yacht and possibly make a difference outweighed his fear. "Computer, lock the point defense cannon on the cargo container and prepare to fire on my mark," Wyatt ordered, determination in his voice. As he navigated the ship towards the enemy vessel, the tension was palpable. His ship's engines roared with renewed vigor, pushing beyond their safety limits. Wyatt could only hope that his gamble would pay off. The black ship's stealth capabilities made it nearly invisible, but he had to trust his ship's tracking system to keep him on course. With a final burst of speed, Wyatt closed the gap between his ship and the attacking vessel. His hands trembled as he activated the point defense cannon, sending a volley of shots towards the cargo container. The container, now a high-speed projectile, hurtled towards the enemy ship, hoping to disrupt its attack on the royal yacht. Wyatt braced himself for the impact. The collision was inevitable, and the outcome of this audacious maneuver was uncertain. But as the black ship and the cargo container met in the vast expanse of space, Wyatt knew that he had taken a bold step into the unknown, a step that might change the course of this dire situation. The collision course. The black ship's engines roared as the cargo container hurtled through the void of space, propelled by Wyatt's makeshift plan. Time seemed to stretch as the two vessels approached each other. Wyatt's heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing his anxiety and determination. The cockpit's display showed a flurry of data, the black ship's trajectory, and the rapidly approaching container. Wyatt had calculated everything meticulously, but space was notoriously unpredictable. As the distance closed, the external cameras showed the enemy ship's sleek, menacing silhouette growing larger. The corvette-sized vessel had a streamlined design, perfect for swift, deadly attacks. Its dark hull seemed to absorb the light around it, making it even more intimidating. The cargo container was now on a collision course with the enemy vessel. Wyatt could only hope that his calculations were accurate. He watched the container as it sped towards its target, its surface glowing faintly from the friction of its high velocity. The point defense cannon on his ship had done its job, but the real impact would be the collision itself. Through the ship's viewing screen, Wyatt saw the container slam into the black ship with a resounding explosion. The collision was violent, sending shockwaves through space. The black ship's stealth systems, designed to keep it hidden, flickered under the force of the impact. For a brief moment, the enemy vessel's dark hull was illuminated by the explosion, revealing its true size and shape. Wyatt's ship was thrown off course by the blast. The controls shook violently, and alarms blared as the old ship struggled to regain stability. He wrestled with the controls, trying to keep his vessel from spinning out of control. The screens displayed a mix of static and distorted images, making it hard to see the results of his desperate maneuver. As the dust of the explosion settled, Wyatt saw the black ship slowly reappear on his sensors. The enemy vessel was still intact but visibly damaged. Smoke and debris drifted away from its hull, a sign that his plan had indeed caused some disruption. The royal yacht, meanwhile, continued to evade the black ship, its defensive systems working overtime to fend off any further attacks. Wyatt's next move was crucial. The black ship was now aware of his presence, and it had begun to retaliate. Missiles and laser fire streaked past his ship, some narrowly missing him and others striking his vessel's shields. The old ship's defenses were minimal, and Wyatt could feel the strain on the hull as the attacks continued. "Computer, initiate evasive maneuvers and activate all remaining countermeasures," Wyatt ordered, his voice strained. He needed to buy more time for the royal yacht and for any potential reinforcements to arrive. The ship swerved and dodged through space, each movement calculated to avoid the incoming fire. Wyatt's hands moved swiftly over the controls, adjusting the ship's trajectory and deploying countermeasures. Despite his efforts, the constant barrage of enemy fire was relentless. The black ship seemed to be adapting, its attacks becoming more precise as it adjusted to Wyatt's maneuvers. In the midst of the chaos, Wyatt caught a glimpse of the royal yacht's status on his monitor. The vessel was holding its own, but its shields were weakening. The yacht's crew was fighting bravely, but their situation was growing increasingly dire. Wyatt knew that every second counted. Suddenly, the computer's crackling voice announced a new development: incoming transmission, unencrypted distress signal. Wyatt hesitated before accepting the transmission. The screen flickered, and a tense, fragmented image of the royal yacht's commander appeared. The commander's face was grim, and his voice was strained but resolute. "Cadet Wyatt, we're under heavy attack, and our defenses are failing. We need immediate assistance. If you can, find a way to disable the enemy vessel. We cannot hold out much longer." The transmission cut off abruptly, leaving Wyatt with a sense of urgency. The situation was critical, and he was the only one in a position to make a difference. He glanced at his ship's systems, searching for any advantage he could exploit. A glimmer of hope appeared on his display, a nearby asteroid field. The asteroids could provide cover and potentially disrupt the Black Ship's targeting systems. It was a risky strategy, but it might just give the royal yacht the breathing room it needed. Wyatt adjusted his course, guiding his ship towards the asteroid field. The ship shook violently as it entered the field, dodging massive rocks and debris. The asteroid field was dense and treacherous, but it offered a sliver of hope. He hoped that the Black Ship would have difficulty targeting his vessel amidst the chaos of floating rocks and debris. The Black Ship followed closely, its powerful engines cutting through the asteroid field with ease. Wyatt's ship maneuvered through the obstacles, narrowly avoiding collisions. The enemy vessel's weapons continued to fire, but the asteroids seemed to provide some level of cover. Wyatt's strategy was to use the field as a shield and to create opportunities for counterattacks. He recalibrated the ship's point defense cannon, targeting weak points in the Black Ship's hull. The cannon fired in bursts, each shot aimed at the enemy vessel's vulnerable sections. The Black Ship's response was swift and fierce. Its own weapons began targeting the asteroids in an attempt to clear a path. Wyatt knew he had to act quickly. He hoped that the asteroid field would buy enough time for the royal yacht to recover and for reinforcements to arrive. As the battle raged on, Wyatt felt a surge of determination. He was no longer just a garbage hauler. He was a crucial player in a fight for survival. Every decision, every maneuver mattered. He had stepped up to a challenge far beyond his original role, and he was committed to seeing it through. The unexpected alliance. Amidst the chaos of the asteroid field, Wyatt maneuvered his ship with a newfound purpose. The dense field offered a modicum of safety, but it also limited his options for attacking the Black Ship. He needed to think quickly and use every advantage available. As he darted between the floating rocks, he scanned the Black Ship's hull for vulnerabilities. Through the intermittent static of his sensors, Wyatt detected a faint, pulsing energy signature. The Black Ship's stealth capabilities seemed to be fluctuating, revealing small gaps in its defenses. Wyatt seized the opportunity, recalibrating the point defense cannon to target these weak spots. The cannon fired in bursts, each shot aimed at the fluctuating energy readings. The enemy vessel, however, was not easily deterred. It continued to fire at the asteroid field, trying to clear its path and track Wyatt's ship. The Black Ship's guns blazed through the field, shattering asteroids into fragments that added to the debris cloud. Wyatt's ship rattled as the shockwaves from the explosions rocked it. He tightened his grip on the controls, his eyes focused on the damage reports flashing across the screen. Then, something unexpected happened. A new, unfamiliar signal appeared on his sensors. It was a distress signal, but unlike the one from the royal yacht, this one seemed to be coming from a nearby asteroid. Wyatt's curiosity piqued. He adjusted his course to investigate. Navigating carefully through the debris, he approached the source of the signal. There, hidden within the rocky surface of an asteroid, was a small, damaged spacecraft. The vessel was unmistakably alien in design, with sleek lines and an intricate pattern of glowing lights. It seemed to be in critical condition, with smoke trailing from its engines. Wyatt hesitated. The alien vessel could be a trap or a piece of the enemy's arsenal, but it was also a potential ally. He made a quick decision and sent a communication request to the vessel. "Unidentified craft, this is Cadet Wyatt of the Principality's garbage hauler. I'm here to help. Please respond." There was a brief pause before a crackling voice came through the comms. The alien language was unfamiliar, but Wyatt could make out a few words. The voice sounded desperate and strained. Using the universal translator embedded in his ship's computer, Wyatt managed to decipher the message. Help, attacked, stranded, allies, coordinates. The message was fragmented, but it was clear that the alien ship was in trouble and sought assistance. Wyatt sent back a reply, offering his help and requesting the ship's coordinates. The alien vessel's location was marked on his display, and he maneuvered his ship closer, carefully avoiding the asteroid field's hazards. As he approached, Wyatt saw the alien craft's hull was scorched and pitted from battle damage. He could make out the silhouette of a small crew inside, their faces showing a mix of relief and apprehension. The alien ship had a small, but vital, dock that could allow Wyatt's ship to attach for a temporary repair or refueling. The alien vessel's hatch opened, and Wyatt carefully docked his ship with the damaged craft. He could see the aliens working frantically inside, trying to stabilize their ship's systems. The alien crew, a mix of humanoid and insectoid species, looked up as Wyatt approached. The alien captain, a tall figure with a streamlined, silvery exoskeleton, stepped forward. Despite the language barrier, the captain's gestures and expressions conveyed gratitude. Wyatt offered a reassuring nod and began assessing the damage to the alien ship. The captain handed Wyatt a small data device which contained detailed information about their situation. The alien vessel had been on a mission to gather intelligence on the Black Ship, but it had been ambushed and severely damaged. They had been attempting to escape when they crashed into the asteroid field. Wyatt's mind raced as he absorbed the information. The alien ship had advanced technology that could potentially turn the tide of the battle. The data device showed schematics of the Black Ship's systems and weaknesses, valuable intelligence that could aid in the fight. With the data in hand, Wyatt communicated with the Royal Yacht, relaying the new information. The Royal Yacht's commander responded with relief, thanking Wyatt for the timely help. The new data provided a tactical advantage that could help in planning a counter-offensive. Wyatt and the alien crew worked together, performing makeshift repairs and preparing for the next phase of the battle. The alien technology was sophisticated, and with some modifications, Wyatt's ship was able to integrate some of the alien systems, enhancing its own capabilities. As they prepared to rejoin the fight, the Black Ship was still engaged with the Royal Yacht, its relentless assault continuing. Wyatt and the alien crew coordinated their efforts, devising a plan to exploit the Black Ship's vulnerabilities. The combination of Wyatt's determination and the alien technology created a powerful synergy. The time had come to launch a counterattack. Wyatt, now equipped with new tools and strategies, guided his ship and the alien vessel out of the asteroid field. The Black Ship, momentarily surprised by the sudden appearance of reinforcements, was forced to shift its focus. With the Black Ship's attention divided, Wyatt and the alien crew launched a coordinated assault. The enhanced point defense cannon, combined with alien weaponry, unleashed a barrage of fire on the enemy vessel. The Black Ship's defenses struggled to keep up, and Wyatt saw a flicker of hope as the enemy ship's systems began to falter. The battle raged on, with both sides fighting fiercely. Wyatt's heart raced as he maneuvered through the conflict, the fate of the Royal Yacht and the alien vessel hanging in the balance. He knew that every action, every decision, could make the difference between victory and defeat. The turning tide. The battle intensified as Wyatt and the alien crew pressed their advantage. The Black Ship, once a formidable opponent, was now struggling to cope with the combined assault of the Royal Yacht's remaining defenses and the newly allied forces. The alien vessel, though still damaged, had proven to be a critical asset, its advanced technology giving Wyatt's ship the upper hand. Wyatt's mind raced as he directed his ship in and out of the chaos. His enhanced systems, now integrated with alien technology, allowed him to make rapid adjustments to his tactics. He weaved through incoming fire, his ship's new stealth capabilities making him harder to target. The Black Ship's point defense systems were being overwhelmed by the constant barrage, and Wyatt could see the enemy's shields flickering under the strain. The alien crew, now working in tandem with Wyatt, expertly maneuvered their vessel to target the black ship's weak spots. Their advanced weaponry pierced through the enemy's defenses with precision. Despite the alien ship's critical damage, the crew's resilience and skill were evident in every move they made. Wyatt received a burst transmission from the royal yacht. The message was brief, but filled with urgency. "We need to disable their engines. It's the only way to stop them." The royal yacht's commander was right. The black ship's mobility was a significant advantage, and without neutralizing its engines, the battle could drag on indefinitely. Wyatt relayed the message to the alien captain, who immediately understood the gravity of the situation. They needed to act fast. The plan was set into motion. Wyatt and the alien crew coordinated a focused strike aimed at the black ship's engine compartments. The alien technology, combined with Wyatt's newly optimized systems, allowed them to perform a precise and devastating attack. The black ship's engines were a complex network of systems, but the alien crew's detailed knowledge provided them with an edge. As they prepared for the strike, Wyatt's ship took a brief respite from the constant fire, using the cover of nearby debris to regroup. He could see the black ship's engines glowing ominously, a sign that they were preparing for a desperate maneuver. The enemy vessel was trying to escape, but it was too late for evasive actions. Wyatt aligned his ship's weapons and aimed at the black ship's engine compartments. The alien crew worked quickly to fine-tune the targeting systems, ensuring the attack would be as effective as possible. The royal yacht joined in, providing additional firepower to support the assault. With a deep breath, Wyatt gave the order. The combined firepower of their vessels was unleashed in a single, concentrated barrage. The black ship's engines erupted in a spectacular explosion, the force of the blast sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The once proud vessel was now a smoldering wreck, its propulsion systems rendered useless. The black ship's remaining defenses faltered, and its weapons fire grew erratic. Wyatt's ship and the alien vessel took advantage of the chaos, targeting the enemy ship's critical systems to ensure its total disablement. The black ship's crew, realizing the battle was lost, began to abandon ship, fleeing in escape pods. Wyatt watched as the black ship's silhouette grew smaller against the backdrop of the void. The battle was won, but the aftermath of the conflict was still unfolding. The royal yacht, though damaged, was intact, and its crew began assessing the situation and preparing for recovery. The alien vessel, though heavily damaged, had survived the confrontation. The alien captain approached Wyatt, their silvery exoskeleton reflecting the light of distant stars. The gratitude in the captain's eyes was unmistakable. "We owe you our lives," the alien captain said through the translator. "Without your help, we would have perished." Wyatt nodded, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "We fought together. That's what matters." The royal yacht's commander hailed Wyatt, expressing their thanks and acknowledging the bravery of both Wyatt and the alien crew. The royal family, safe from immediate danger, would no doubt make a full recovery, and the immediate threat of the black ship had been neutralized. The battle had left its mark on all involved. Wyatt, once a simple garbage hauler, had proven himself a hero in the face of overwhelming odds. The alien crew, though battered, had demonstrated their own bravery and resilience. The unlikely alliance between humans and aliens had turned the tide of the conflict, showcasing the power of cooperation and determination. As Wyatt's ship and the alien vessel prepared to return to the Principality's space station, the sense of camaraderie and achievement was palpable. The journey had been fraught with danger, but it had also revealed the strength and courage of those who dared to stand against adversity. The story of their alliance would become a testament to the power of unity and the indomitable spirit of those who refused to back down in the face of overwhelming odds. Wyatt and the alien crew had not only changed the course of the battle, but had also forged a bond that would endure beyond the immediate conflict. As the stars stretched out before them, Wyatt felt a renewed sense of purpose. The galaxy was vast, and there would be new challenges and adventures ahead. But with allies like the alien crew and the determination that had carried them through the battle, he was ready to face whatever lay beyond the horizon. Unlikely allies. As Wyatt's ship and the alien vessel made their way back to the Principality's space station, the mood was a mix of relief and reflection. The immediate threat had been neutralized, but the significance of their victory was still settling in. The once unlikely alliance between human and alien forces had proven to be a powerful force, and the implications of this newfound partnership were far-reaching. The space station came into view, its gleaming structure a beacon of hope against the dark expanse of space. The royal yacht, though battered, had managed to return under its own power, and its crew was already engaged in repairs and debriefings. Wyatt's ship docked alongside the alien vessel, and the crew prepared for a well-deserved rest. Wyatt met with the alien captain, who was now more relaxed but still bearing the marks of their fierce battle. The captain's species, known for their deep blue exoskeletons and intricate markings, had been instrumental in the fight against the Black Ship. Despite their injuries, their pride and gratitude were evident. "We have much to discuss," the alien captain said through the translator. "Our people have much to learn from your bravery and tactics." Wyatt smiled, grateful for the acknowledgement. "The feeling is mutual. Your ship's advanced technology and your crew's expertise were crucial in turning the tide. We've proven that together we can overcome even the greatest challenges." The alien crew and Wyatt's team began to exchange stories and experiences. The cultural exchange was enlightening, revealing the depth of the aliens' history and their own struggles for survival. The aliens spoke of their home world, a place of ancient traditions and advanced technologies, and how they had found themselves embroiled in the conflict with the Black Ship. The Principality's high command soon summoned Wyatt and the alien captain for a formal debriefing. The meeting took place in the Grand Conference Hall of the space station, a place filled with the echoes of past triumphs and the anticipation of future endeavors. The high-ranking officials of the Principality were eager to hear about the details of the battle and the role played by the alien forces. Wyatt and the alien captain took turns recounting the events of the battle, emphasizing the critical moments and the teamwork that had led to their success. The Principality's leaders were impressed by the courage displayed by both sides and recognized the potential for future collaboration. "You have both shown exceptional bravery and ingenuity," said the lead diplomat of the Principality. "Your actions have not only saved lives, but have also opened a new chapter in our relationship with the alien species. We must explore this opportunity to forge stronger alliances." The alien captain nodded in agreement. "We have faced many challenges in our travels, but this encounter has shown us the value of unity. We are prepared to continue working together to ensure that such threats are met with a united front." As the formalities concluded, the mood shifted to one of celebration. The space station's communal areas were abuzz with activity as the crews from both sides mingled, sharing food and stories. The walls of the station, adorned with the flags and symbols of various factions, seemed to come alive with the energy of newfound friendships. Wyatt found himself in conversation with several members of the alien crew, including the ship's chief engineer. The engineer, a being with luminescent patterns across their exoskeleton, explained some of the intricacies of their advanced technology. Wyatt was fascinated by the aliens' descriptions of energy shields and propulsion systems, and he shared insights into human engineering and tactics. The exchange of knowledge was a mutual benefit, as both sides gained valuable insights into each other's technologies and strategies. The Principality's engineers were particularly eager to learn about the alien technology that had been so effective in the battle. As the night wore on, Wyatt reflected on the events that had unfolded. The battle had been a defining moment, but it had also laid the foundation for a new era of cooperation. The alliance between humans and aliens had proven to be a potent force, and the potential for future collaboration was immense. The celebration continued into the early hours, with music and laughter filling the air. Wyatt and the alien captain shared a toast to their shared victory, the clinking of glasses symbolizing the unity they had forged. The night was a testament to the power of coming together in the face of adversity. As the festivities drew to a close, Wyatt found himself looking up at the stars, contemplating the journey ahead. The galaxy was vast and filled with unknowns, but with allies like the alien crew and the support of the Principality, he felt ready to face whatever challenges lay beyond the horizon. The Alliance had not only secured their immediate safety, but it also opened the door to new possibilities. Together, they had proven that cooperation could overcome even the most daunting obstacles, and the future was filled with promise and opportunity. Shadows of the past. The aftermath of the battle had left the Principality's space station in high spirits, but beneath the surface of the celebration, a new challenge was quietly emerging. While the alliance between humans and aliens had been solidified, the Black Ship's attack had raised questions that needed answers. The sudden appearance of the mysterious vessel and its advanced technology had left many wondering about its origins and the intentions behind the attack. In a secure briefing room aboard the space station, Wyatt and the alien captain, named Zara, were joined by key members of the Principality's high command and intelligence teams. The room was filled with holographic displays and data terminals, each projecting information about the battle and the Black Ship. General Maris, a stern and authoritative figure, began the meeting. "We need to understand who was behind the attack and why they targeted the royal yacht. The Black Ship's technology is unlike anything we've seen, and its presence in our territory raises serious concerns." Zara nodded, her exoskeleton reflecting the dim light of the room. "Our initial scans suggest that the Black Ship was not part of any known faction. Its stealth capabilities and weaponry are advanced, but we lack any definitive information about its origins." Wyatt leaned forward, his face showing the strain of recent events. "We saw the ship up close, and it's clear that it was designed for both speed and stealth. But we need to know more about its creators. If this was an isolated attack or part of a larger campaign, we need to prepare accordingly." The intelligence officer, Lieutenant Rhea, tapped a few commands into a console, bringing up a series of encrypted files and intercepted communications. "We managed to recover some data from the Black Ship before it was destroyed. It's highly encrypted, but we've been working on decoding it." The room fell silent as the holographic display flickered and a series of fragmented messages appeared. The encrypted files revealed snippets of communication between various parties, but much of it remained indecipherable. The occasional name or location flashed across the screen, hinting at a network of individuals or organizations involved in the attack. "This data is a starting point," Ray said, "but it will take time to fully decrypt and analyze. We're dealing with a sophisticated adversary, and their motivations are still unclear." Zora's antennae twitched in thought. If the Black Ship was a rogue element, there could be others like it. We need to understand their objectives and whether they have any connections to larger conflicts. General Maris nodded in agreement. "We'll need to deploy reconnaissance missions and gather more intelligence. In the meantime, we should strengthen our defenses and prepare for any potential follow-up attacks." Wyatt, feeling the weight of responsibility, added, "I'd like to continue assisting with the investigation. My crew and I have first-hand experience with the Black Ship, and we might be able to offer insights that could help." The meeting concluded with a renewed focus on uncovering the truth behind the Black Ship and its creators. The immediate threat had been addressed, but the shadows of the past and the uncertainties of the future loomed large. The alliance between humans and aliens had shown its strength, but now it was time to confront the hidden dangers that lay ahead. As Wyatt and Zara left the briefing room, they discussed their next steps. Zara's people were already working on analyzing the data recovered from the Black Ship, while Wyatt prepared his ship and crew for potential reconnaissance missions. The bond between their species had been forged in battle, and now it would be tested as they delved deeper into the unknown. Back in his quarters, Wyatt reviewed the records of the battle and the new data emerging from the intelligence efforts. He knew that understanding the Black Ship's origins was crucial to ensuring their safety. The battle had revealed just how advanced and dangerous their enemies could be, and the possibility of further attacks made it imperative to act swiftly. The days that followed were filled with intense activity. Wyatt and Zara coordinated with various factions, exchanging information and strategizing their next moves. Reconnaissance missions were launched, and deep space sensors were deployed to monitor any signs of unusual activity. The Principality's defenses were reinforced, and new protocols were established to respond to potential threats. Amid the preparations, Wyatt found moments of reflection. The battle had not only tested his skills, but had also introduced him to a new perspective on cooperation and trust. The alliance with Zara and her crew had transformed from a necessity into a meaningful partnership. They had faced a common enemy and emerged victorious, but the future remained uncertain. As the days turned into weeks, the mystery of the Black Ship began to unravel. The decrypted data revealed hints of a shadowy organization with interests that extended far beyond the Principality's borders. The organization seemed to have a network of agents and operatives, and their motives were tied to a larger, more complex conflict. The alliance between humans and aliens had proven its worth in the face of immediate danger, but now it was time to address the deeper issues that had been uncovered. The fight was far from over, and the challenges ahead would test their resolve and their unity. Wyatt and Zara stood together on the observation deck of the space station, gazing out at the stars. The vastness of the galaxy stretched before them, filled with unknown possibilities and potential threats. The battle against the Black Ship had been a bold first step, but it was only the beginning of a larger journey. As they looked out into the endless expanse, they knew that their partnership would be crucial in navigating the challenges to come. Together, they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, armed with the strength of their alliance and the determination to protect their worlds from the shadows that lurked in the dark. The dawn of unity. The weeks following the battle had been a whirlwind of activity. The alliance between humans and aliens had grown stronger, and preparations were underway to confront the shadowy organization revealed by the Black Ship's data. The mysterious group's influence extended beyond the Principality's borders, hinting at a larger galactic-scale conflict. In the heart of the Principality's command center, the mood was a mix of determination and urgency. Wyatt, Zara, and their respective teams were deep in strategy meetings, coordinating efforts to address the new threat. The decrypted data had revealed that the shadowy organization, known only as the Enclave, was a powerful and secretive network with a hidden agenda. General Maris, overseeing the operation, addressed the assembled leaders and officers. "We now know that the Enclave's reach extends far beyond our immediate sector. Their motives are still unclear, but their capability to strike at us suggests they have significant resources and influence." Zara, her eyes focused and serious, added, "The Enclave appears to be involved in destabilizing regions and manipulating conflicts for their gain. Their technology is advanced, and their methods are covert. We need to be prepared for more sophisticated attacks and a possible escalation." Wyatt, now a key figure in the operations, spoke up. "Our immediate goal should be to gather more intelligence on the Enclave's activities and determine their next move. We've already established a network of reconnaissance missions and are working on intercepting their communications. Our previous battle with the Black Ship has given us valuable insights into their tactics." The command center was abuzz with activity as officers and analysts worked tirelessly to piece together the Enclave's operations. Holographic maps and real-time data streams displayed the movements and activities of the organization. The scope of their influence was beginning to take shape, and the alliance was preparing to confront this new challenge head-on. In the midst of the preparations, Wyatt and Zara took a moment to reflect on their journey. The battle had forged a bond between them that transcended species and backgrounds. The collaboration between humans and aliens had been tested and proven effective, and now it was time to build on that foundation. "Wyatt, I must say," Zara began, "our partnership has been invaluable. The battle against the Black Ship showed us the strength of our combined efforts. Moving forward, we need to ensure that our unity remains our greatest asset." Wyatt nodded, a sense of camaraderie in his voice. Agreed. The Enclave represents a significant threat, but we faced danger together and come out stronger. Our alliance will be crucial in overcoming this challenge. We've learned a lot about each other, and that knowledge will guide us as we face whatever comes next. As the Alliance's forces mobilized and their strategies solidified, the focus turned to the broader implications of their struggle. The Enclave's influence was vast, and their actions had far-reaching consequences. The fight against them would require not only military might, but also diplomatic efforts and intelligence gathering. The first major operation against the Enclave was a coordinated strike aimed at one of their key bases. The Alliance had identified a facility suspected of being a central hub for their operations. The mission was risky, but the intelligence gathered suggested it was a crucial target. Wyatt, Zara, and their respective teams were at the forefront of the operation. The plan involved a combined assault, with human and alien forces working in tandem to breach the facility's defenses. The operation was meticulously planned, with each step designed to maximize their chances of success. As the assault commenced, the Alliance's forces moved with precision and coordination. Wyatt's ship, equipped with the latest technology and supported by Zara's advanced alien craft, led the charge. The battle was intense, with enemy defenses proving formidable, but the unity of the Allied forces turned the tide. The facility was eventually secured, and valuable intelligence was recovered. The operation revealed more about the Enclave's objectives and their plans for further destabilization. The data indicated that the organization was preparing to escalate their efforts, targeting key strategic locations across the galaxy. In the aftermath of the mission, the Alliance celebrated a hard-earned victory. The successful operation had demonstrated the effectiveness of their cooperation and the strength of their partnership. The gathered intelligence provided a clearer picture of the Enclave's plans and allowed the Alliance to formulate a strategy for countering their threats. As the Alliance looked toward the future, there was a renewed sense of purpose. The fight against the Enclave was far from over, but the progress made had laid the groundwork for a more unified and resilient front. The bond between humans and aliens had been tested and had emerged stronger than ever. Wyatt and Zara stood together once more, reflecting on the journey they had shared. The battle had been a bold first step, but it had also been the beginning of a larger struggle. The Alliance was now prepared to face the challenges ahead with a sense of hope and determination. In the vast expanse of space, the Alliance's resolve was unyielding. The stars above symbolized both the challenges and the possibilities that lay ahead. With unity as their guiding force, the Alliance was ready to confront the shadows of the past and embrace the dawn of a new era. The adventure was far from over, but the courage and strength demonstrated